Inspirational Women Living with Purpose. Today we have beautiful Izzy with us, one of our women here living with their truth and purpose. So, hi Izzy, how you going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. We just wanted to ask firstly, just if you could tell us about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Izzy, and what do? I started a little business called the Wong Way, which originally was inspired by my personal struggles with how I manage my emotions and anxiety and depression. 3 years ago, I was really struggling with a mix of those emotions, and I came across one of my essential oil friends that introduced me to an oil. And it's funny because she actually just gave me this oil as like something to help with my period pain. So I just put it on like my abdomen area, and it really helped with the pain. But then I just noticed such a shift in my emotions from then onwards, and I just kept using the oil, and it really just helped me during that time because we just got back from overseas. We were overseas for 3 months, and we didn't have like a house to live in. We had to go back to work. I had to go back to my studies. So you could just imagine how much like was on my plate or our plate at that time, and how overwhelming things could get, especially with like my particularness and like OCD sort of thing. I really like everything in its place. So it was quite challenging at that time. So yeah, I just created the little Wong Way business to sort of inspire people that you can sort of take action and empower yourself on different ways you can support your emotions day to day, and really sort of serious stuff like anxiety and depression, which people might not realize that there's different things out there that they can use to support them. And the actual name, The Wong Way, it came because I used to get teased about my last name, and I used to always be really ashamed of it and sort of just brush it off and really like just disassociate myself from that name and the whole everything that it sort of brought up for me. So I thought it's really time for me to take ownership of that and just own it and be empowered with that, rather than looking at it as something to be ashamed of. So yeah, it was just all around that time of my life, and it's just manifested into what it is today. So yeah.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a bit more about the Wong Way and what you do in your business?
Yeah, so I use doTERRA's essential oils, and I share the benefits of them with other people, and I run classes and workshops that educate people about the oils, people that are brand new to oils, showing them how to use them, the safety behind it, how it actually works, how you can incorporate it in your day-to-day. And I really like to focus on the topic of emotions and mental health, because I feel that's what sort of was what drew me to the whole area of essential oils and all that wellness sort of stuff. So yeah, that's what we do. I also created a line of aromatherapy lava jewellery, which is designed to diffuse the oils. So you can put the oil onto the lava. So I've got one here. So you could have a little bit of oil on your finger, then rub it into the lava beads, and then you can smell that aroma day to day when you're wearing the jewelry. So someone that might have sensitive skin, like my partner, he's really sensitive when you apply the oils on his skin. So you have to heavily dilute it. So that could be a really great alternative for someone that might not want to put it on them and still have the benefits of them. So yeah, we create all the jewelry here in Australia. So we're supporting local Aussie jewellers, and yeah, it's all done here, which is cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I've been working a little bit with Izzy with the essential oils and how they work for emotions and stuff, and I found them really helpful for me. And like the workshops are a good idea because it's all about learning how to use them and everything like that. So it's been really good.
Yeah.
And Izzy, is there somewhere we can find how to contact you? Do you have a website?
Yeah, so I've got my website online. I'm very active on social media, so Instagram and Facebook. I'm always posting stories, just so people can see day to day how I'm using the oils, and just sort of to have that instant, what's it called when you can see stories straight away? Live footage of what I'm doing, sort of thing. Yeah, but you can find me on my website too.
And what is that called?
So it's the www.thewongway.life. So life at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. We'll post that on our after the video as well, so then people can access it if they want to, as well as social.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. What led you to where you are today? I know you said a little bit about the background of where the Wong Way came about, but sort of like beforehand. So what led you to your path of, finding out about, essential oils and, other things like that?
Yeah, so I guess I've always sort of had a bit of a holistic background. My mum always sort of brought me up with that, how nature has the ability to help support your body and like nourishing foods and all that sort of stuff. So I always had that in the back of my mind, but I wasn't like I wasn't from a yogi background or anything that's really intensely spiritual or wellness. So I just, when I first discovered it, it was completely brand new for me. And when it was just through a friend that shared the oils with me, and that sort of created a bit of interest, because I was like, oh, this is something that's different and new. I've never heard about essential oils before. And I just loved that you could just smell something and have such an instant impact. Like if you ever in surgery and you go under and you have like the gas mask, happy gas, they say, like on you, and you're counting backwards from 3, like you don't even remember sort of what you don't even remember anything that happened. Like you just remember counting, and then you're out like a light. And that's just from smelling an aroma. Well, not an aroma, but you're smelling that synthetic chemical that's putting you out like a light. And the oils have that same impact. Like you're smelling this aroma, and like you're having this shift internally in your body, emotionally, mentally, just like all these different benefits are really, it was just really fascinating how that all works. So I was just really interested in that whole field. And I sort of, like, before it happened, I always had this like feeling that there was something I wanted to do that was really fulfilling in my life. Like I was originally interested in events management, and I actually took on, like I started working in hospitality when I was really young, and always wanted to be in that industry and have like an events management business and, run all these cool events and that sort of thing. Even started studying at university for events management. But it wasn't until I sort of moved out of home and had to like look after myself and my own, self-care and health and wellness that the oils came about. And it sort of just was that light bulb moment that I was like, this is something that's so valuable and so important. And I really wanted to do something that was fulfilling and meaningful. And don't get me wrong, events management is like a great thing and so fun. Like I love doing it still. Like planning my wedding was really awesome, and I still plan stuff for my friends and family. But I felt like I wanted to do something that little bit more. And yeah, just when I came across it, I was like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for and wanting without even realizing. Because I was just sort of shifting to that direction. Like I wasn't enjoying my course as much. I wasn't finding as much satisfaction in what I was doing. And I find that's where you sort of begin to notice a shift in your path, is what you're currently doing. It's not bringing you that sort of satisfaction and joy that it used to when you first initially started. And yeah, it's really hard because most people work, and they have to work because that is providing an income for themselves and their family. So they don't really have a choice in what they do in that regard. And that stability of that income, it's really scary to leave that and branch out and start something new. I was lucky enough that I had financial support, so I could experiment with that. And I didn't have the commitment of children or anything like that because I was quite young. So that was flexible for me at the time. But it's just interesting how when you sort of notice that your life is going in a certain direction and what you're doing isn't reflecting that direction, that it's just bringing awareness to you that it's time for some sort of shift in some way. Doesn't even have to be a career shift. It could just be in sort of the practices that you do for yourself. Yeah.
I love that explanation.
Yes, that was a long answer.
It was really good.
So
Yeah.
I can relate to that as well. Like, I know previously in past jobs and things, I've just decided it's not for me, and I've just decided to move on to a different journey. And, you know, sometimes that financial struggle is sort of there, and, you know, you just do it and you're just like, nah, had enough of this, it's not for me, and then move on to the next thing. And, you know, you have that awkward in between section where you have to really, like, you know, think about, is this the right decision? And then you overthink it. But then I think as well, like, when you know, you know. So, yeah, I've definitely done that a few times in my different careers that I've had. Just moved on to something new because I didn't have the passion for it anymore. And yes, it was a job that was paying my bills, but, you know, I wasn't happy in it. And you're at work a lot of the time too. So, you know, you want to be happy with what you're doing.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And just trusting that the universe has your back, especially when you resonate with what you are bringing forth. And I just feel like that the energy supports you and will help guide you and move you to that direction. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Izzy, what inspired you to create the Wong Way?
I guess it was just being an example for that whole transition that I went through, just to sort of show people that you can create change in your life. It's not impossible, and obviously to inspire people with other ways to support themselves with the oils, and inspire them to just be true to themselves and like never be afraid to sort of show you know, your name or whatever it might be that you're hiding. Like, just be true and honest, raw, real about what you believe in, sort of the direction you're going. And yeah, I guess be an example for that, because yeah, I don't feel everyone does that. I feel there's a lot of people that just sort of do the day-to-day what they feel they have to do, but if they look a little deeper into what they actually believe in and the direction they're sort of going towards, it might be a little bit different. And yeah, just showing that authentic side of you is really important.
It's so courageous as well to like step out of your comfort zone and be like, this is something that I wouldn't normally do, and then just do it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you know, going from, you know, like you said beforehand, and then you know, just doing it because you're like, well, I'm just going to step out of that comfort zone and do what I think's right, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and it was definitely uncomfortable. Like, when I first started, I felt so awkward, like showing this business that I've created to my family, to my friends. That was probably the biggest intimidation for me, for them actually, because everything that I share is public. So for them to actually see me speaking, see what I'm sharing and thinking, oh, what are they thinking? Do they think I'm crazy? Do they think, oh, what the hell is she doing? Like, all this, like, yeah, fear of judgment was what I went through a lot at the start, because I was worried about what they would think. And now looking back, it was so silly, but it's completely understandable, because you're doing something out of your comfort zone and you're literally just revealing it to everyone that you know, and that you surround your life with. So it's very confronting. But once you move through it, you'll see that, yes, there might be a few people that don't agree with what you do, or maybe judge you, or whatever it might be. It doesn't matter, because there's so many more people that need to hear the message of whatever it is that you're trying to share with them. And that's what's important.
Definitely. That's how Ashley and I feel about creating these podcasts is that at first we were a bit like, oh, what are these people going to think of us? Like they're seeing us in a different light. But the message is what is the most important, and getting you guys out there, these inspirational women that are living their truth and purpose and doing it with love also and service to others. So this is why we created this as well. So then we can share all this knowledge and all this inspiration for other women out there that are struggling, you know?
Yeah, that's so awesome that you guys are doing that. I think it's such a great little collaboration that you guys have created.
Yeah, it's definitely making me feel very vulnerable.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I mean, it's only been about 2 months, crazily, but it's April. I think we started in April when the whole coronavirus thing happened, and you know, everyone's feeling a little bit out of their comfort zone. Things are changing for people. You know, people aren't working as much. They're having to slow down, having to think about really what they're doing with their lives, I guess. And you know, sort of you start to reflect on that, and you start to think like, is this, you know, what I want to do? And then you make a change, and you know, creating this, as we've been speaking to so many wonderful women and sharing, you know, our stories, sharing their stories, and just, you know, it's going to help, you know, people out there. So we just want to get the message across, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice. Izzy, what is your favorite remedy that you swear by, that you know you won't live without day to day?
I know I'll be setting up myself a great day if I wake up early. It's really hard for me because I'm such a night owl, so I've really tried to start going to bed early and waking up early, because I just feel on top of the day ahead when I wake up earlier. Drinking lots of water always makes me feel good throughout the day. When I'm sitting at the office, I always have my glass of water there with a 1 litre bottle. So then I know, okay, I've got this much left. And it's sort of like a little challenge for myself. Quickly drink that by this time, and then I can fill it up again. I know it's just little things. Using my oils, definitely, like that, they just support me so much of whatever I'm feeling at during that day. Like I'm trying to get through an assessment this week, and I've been using like a focus blend, and it's really helped just sort of anchor in to focus and get it done. So, you know, different oils for what I need that day. And eating well, that's a big thing too, because I know if I don't eat a healthy option, I feel my body feels it, and I feel it, and I feel that I'm not nourishing myself as much. And I still have, like, you know, sugar and things that aren't classified as healthy, but I feel it's always good to have that balance. I guess it's sort of standard stuff that everyone says all the time, really. And just recently I've started doing the ocean swims during winter, so that's been so good. And I feel like after I finish this challenge, I'll probably continue to do it, because it makes me feel so good having it implemented in my day. So yeah, an array of things really help. Yeah, but you know what? Everyone has their own routine. So this is something that I always am really big on, because people see what other people do and they feel like they have to copy that, because that's what is going to be setting them up for the day, because that's what that person does, or whatever that person does. And everything that you do for your day should be revolving around your schedule and your lifestyle and what you love to enjoy. Like, I don't personally love going to the gym or working out that much, but doing this challenge has really helped me, because I actually run to the beach and then jump in the ocean and then run home. That's sort of forced me to do some sort of physical exercise, which is really good, because I've really struggled to actually do physical exercise. Another thing that someone else might do that might not like running, they could just dance. You know, you could just be at home, turn the music on, say, okay, I've been on the computer for this long, now it's time to just have a little dance session for like 5 minutes, and who cares, no one's watching me, I can just do whatever I like. And, you know, lots of different things like that. So yeah, you find your own routine, and it changes depending how you feel. Like, you know, you might do something that you like now, but later on doesn't work and you could do something else. So yeah.
I have little dance parties in my lounge room with my daughters, so that's something that I do. But I totally understand where you're coming from, Izzy, is that you find what helps you in the mornings or in the afternoons or the nights, and you have your own little practices that you do. Like I know that at the moment I've just started using flower essences, and I can totally tell the difference with using them and the benefits. And I've started doing little ceremonies using ashwagandha, which is like a for hormone balancing. And so just finding what works for you, but looking at others and getting the qualities that you want from that person. I don't think it's personally like saying, oh, that's cool, I'm going to do what they do. I think it's what you're truly looking at is like, oh, I like the qualities of that person and what the practices that are doing. And you can take kind of what resonates with you, not all of their self-care practice, but, you know, bits and pieces. And
be inspired by others to incorporate it into your own. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you have been doing the Wim Hof method, I hear. How's that going? I've actually tried that myself. I do breath work as well, but do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience with Wim Hof?
Yeah, so that's what the ocean swims are that I'm doing.
Cold,
Yeah, I just thought it's the start of winter. Because Ash and I finished the week of wellness last week, and we were talking about breath work, and I was really looking into it. And it's been coming, you know how you see things and it just keeps popping up for you. And I'm like, okay, I just need to do it.
Yeah.
Did the cold shower in the evening, and I attempted to put on the cold shower. After I finished my shower, do 30 seconds at the end. And I struggled so much. I was like, I couldn't even last 30 seconds. It was probably 5 seconds. And I was like, okay, no, I can't do it. And I thought, I live so close to the beach, I should just incorporate that into the method. So I'm still going through his app. It's really cool. He's got a free app, so you can download his app, and then he goes through step by step all these different methods. So he goes through the breathing side, he goes through the cold aspect side, and then he goes through the mindful, your mental, because it's sort of mind over matter with most of the things. And not just mind over matter, but breath work too. So it's just really cool that he breaks it down really easy for everyone to understand how to incorporate it in their routine and to sort of do it when you don't live near the beach or when you don't like cold showers, what else you can do as an alternative. So I've been loving it. It's been so good. You just feel, it just sets your day. You just feel so awake when you just come back from it. And when you're in the water, it is really cold, but you sort of want to stay in it. Obviously it's not super cold right now in the ocean, but I actually enjoy being in there. It's sort of just getting into the water is the hardest part, and then getting out's hard because it's cold when you're out. But actually being in the water is really, really magical. And I find it's a really great way to sort of just balance your mental health overall, because in the ocean there's a chemical balance that completely neutralizes your emotions. So it's I saw this thing or read this thing, when you cry, your body's crying to sort of balance your emotions. So you can cry when you're really sad, you can cry when you're really happy, and there's a chemical release in your tears that actually neutralizes your emotions so that you can just be balanced. And that's the same chemical that's in the ocean. So when you're completely drenched in the ocean, that's why surfers are so chilled out. They're like, yeah, man, whatever, I'm cool. And it's
I've actually gone for a surf right now. He's such a chill person as well, and he's been doing Wim Hof for years now, and he swears by it. He can go into the shower and be in the cold for a really long time, and so that inspires me to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's been coming up for me. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I definitely recommend everyone to give it a go and try.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's been coming up for me a lot. I actually heard on the radio, one of the radio announcers was challenged to do the ice bath. So Yeah, it was like the ice was set in a freezer, and then they sort of tap the top of it, and then you actually go and sit into it because they were advertising this company. I can't remember what the name was, but anyway, so they were advertising, you know, what they do and why he does it, and he was saying that he was doing the challenge as well, and he does it every morning religiously. And then the radio announcer was like, "Yeah, I think I can do it," and he did it, and they live streamed it on Instagram, and it was just. He did say like it was such a bizarre feeling, but like amazing as well because it almost like shocks your whole system and sort of like a reset button on your whole nervous system.
Yeah.
So
that's what they say.
Yeah, so it's been coming up a bit for me, and I've been reading a few bits and pieces here and there, and it's just since I've heard of it, everyone's talking about it now. You know how when you know
do it now, Ash.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I need to do it. I used to do the cold shower thing right at the end every morning.
Yeah.
I would have a normal hot shower, and then at the end I'd just cold just to wake me up because I'm not a morning person. And I got into the routine of that for quite some time, like a couple of years back. But then I just completely forgot about it and just never did it. And I actually started doing it the other week, but I only did it for 2 days because I was freezing. But yeah, so yeah, I think that I'm going to be doing it next. I think I should do the ocean one. It might be a bit easier than the shower. I found the shower a bit challenging too. Is there anyone who really inspires you that like you look up to?
So many people. Like that's such a hard question for me. Like I have a lot of people, like my mum, my friends, my family members inspire me a lot. Then a lot of the oil people that are really successful and just really inspirational with how they do the oil business is really inspirational. Then there's people online, like, you know, I guess not really celebrities, but just an array of different people inspire me. It's hard to just pinpoint it to one person. I don't really have just one sort of inspiration. Like I guess it's just a collection of lots of different people. Yeah,
it is a bit of a hard question. I find everyone sort of like, so many people inspire me, but that's good. Like that's nice to have that as well. And I think I'm the same as well. Like I have a lot of people that inspire me in my life and sort of keep you going, you know. So yeah, that's awesome.
I just kicked a chair by accident on the floor. Yeah, and the cool thing with having multiple people is that I find if you just have this one idol that you look up to, sort of their opinion is your opinion and you're not really open to other opinions. So if you have multiple inspirations, you have, you know, an open mindset to lots of different things. So
yeah, definitely.
Izzy, if you could share a message to everyone in the world, what would that message be?
Oh, that's so hard.
If you had the opportunity to get a message out to everyone, what would
it would be to be unapologetic and authentically you, to love one another and just to embrace every single person in the world, especially with everything happening right now. Every culture, embrace every gender, age, everything, and to just be the light and example that you would want to sort of see in the world, I guess. I don't know.
I know, that's beautiful.
It's such a nice answer.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Because I think if everyone's authentic, then everyone's living their true purpose, and it's just going to create a momentum, and everyone just feels different. Like I think that would sort of not resolve, but it would just create a really humble sort of space for everyone, because everyone knows that they're living their authentic life.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that, especially everything that's happened. I mean, this year, you know, in itself. But yeah, it's such a powerful message as well, because you know it's hard to come by, and you really do have to do a lot of self-discovery to actually find out, you know, who you are, because you change so much in your life, you know, and you just sort of, you grow and you move on with things, and, you know, things finish and things happen, you know, everything like that. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we all want the same things, really. We just want to feel accepted, loved, spend time with our loved ones, and yeah, just have a fulfilling life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much, Izzy, for taking time out today to talk to us. It's been a really nice chat.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been so lovely. I really love this whole thing that you guys have created. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we're just trying to get the message across, you know, and also having just people to talk to, you know. Sometimes you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, what should I watch today? And, you know, you don't feel like watching Netflix, so maybe just like turn YouTube on and check it out.
Yeah, something inspiring. And knowing that there's so many different things out there that people can have access to as well. We've spoken to so many different women that are doing different things, so it's really nice to share that with everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I love listening to like conversations with a group of people. I find it so interesting because it's sort of like you're there, really, and you wish you could say your part, but yeah, it's cool.
Amazing. Yeah, thanks so much, Izzy.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
And we can find your Facebook and Instagram. Do we just type in the Wong Way?
Yeah, there's no other business name with the Wong Way, so
amazing. That's what you want.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Izzy, for being here today, and we'll see you next time.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.